There we go. And how is everybody today? How are you all doing? Thank you for tuning out to this very hectic thing. Hi, hello, guys, girls, non-binary pals. Hello, hi Dawn. I loved your stream earlier. I was laughing so much. I was sitting hand sewing as usual, and Mum was looking at me very questioningly when every now and then I would just start laughing out loud, and she was like, "I'm not gonna ask you anymore what you're listening to." Hello, it's so good to see you guys. So today, we're gonna be looking at an anime men game that Harley showed me in the Discord, cause like they showed me this 2 days ago, and it's all I've thought about since. Cause the people who made this game, yes, anime men game. It's called TouchStarved, and it's supposed to be a dark gothic horror romance game. And it just got funded on Kickstarter. It raised close to €1 million, which is insane. I'm so happy to see how well it did. And yeah, it's just like the trailer was what like got me hooked. I wonder if I can show the trailer. Dawn, you can tell me, am I allowed to show trailers on this? but um but yeah, in this Christian Minecraft server, I know, very bold. That's why I've got some little warnings on the bottom just to stay up in case anyone does pop in and has no idea what this is about. Okay, I'll be safe and not show the trailer then. But it's very juicy. It's got every time we touch by Cascada but slowed down, I almost died when I noticed that. It just sent me. But yeah, so Anime Man Game. It got like €1 million in funding just recently over on Kickstarter, and the people who worked on it worked on a number of games that I have played in my spare time over the years, such as the Arcana, which I played way too long. I think I did play it as a free to play player, and I basically unlocked the whole game as a free to play player because I played it for just such a stupidly long time. And they also worked on Last Legacy, which is another game I also played to death. So yeah, I'm a sucker for those anime boy romance games. It's got the juice. It's got the juice. I really like corn. But yeah. Yes, I should have put a trigger for hot anime event warning spicy content. They want the cat use. I was actually going to ask you guys before we started. I want you guys to start making predictions on what's going to happen in this because it's only the demo. We only have the demo available, I'm afraid. I know nothing about it. I didn't look into it. I just saw the trailer. I was like, I need it. Like my thirst was quenched. I was like, I need it. So I want you guys to start making predictions. Like, who do you think is the guy? If we do end up on a route, I'm not sure if you can actually end up on a route when you just have access to the demo. But whose route do you think I'm going to end up on, and who do you think is going to be like ending up as my favorite? I want you all to call me out right now. Just read me, tear me to shreds. Really predict. 100%. If there is a harem route, I will be very happy. Very few games do let you like go down just one big communal route. I do like when that happens. It feels kind of like natural. Although it can be very annoying to get the good endings. I know Haruoki, Edo Blossoms, and Kyoto Winds did that. And while I felt it was very natural, you got to spend time with them as you liked, it was incredibly difficult to get the good ends and bad ends and all that. It just took so fucking long because I had to go back, redo all the choices, and oh, pain. Um, Brain doesn't look boy, but heart says dark skin gold necklace boy. Aim for red horn bad boy. Ooh, going against still on the shy boy route. I do think Kiera 3D is very close to what I'm anticipating is going to happen. You're wondering, yeah, I guess it's for Satan. Everyone thinks I'm gonna go for the demon man, and I'm not gonna lie, he was the one that like first caught my eye. Totally not because he appeared with tentacles in the trailer. Totally not that. No way. Not me. Tentacles? And you should do the cute evolution in the middle. The evolution is that the one with the cat ears or the one with horns? But no, I'm gonna call myself out now before we even begin. I think my favorite is gonna be the one on the left, the bottom left, because that looks most like my boyfriend, and I have a type. So I think that's the one I'm gonna end up. That one being my favorite. I think I'm gonna end up on probably white-haired guy's route. That seems about right. Yes, Wyndon, you've been called out. If anyone's wondering what my boyfriend looks like, he's the one on the bottom left. That's slightly optimistic. No, Leon. No, that's gonna be stuck in my head the entire time. We're gonna dub him Leon from here on out. Oh dear. But yeah, nice to be read. Now, let me see. What other stupid questions can we ask about these boys before we even get into it? Which one do you think is going to be the thoughtiest? The people who have made these games, they always make one boy to be a super thought. And can you guys guess who it's going to be? I'm going to put my money on the one with horns because front and center. And literally horns. So they got that going for them. But yeah, that's my guess anyway. Although the one with the cat ears has the sleepy eyes. So I thought his wolf boy. Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. He's got the sleepy eyes. And if I know anything from the guys who made the Arcana and Last Legacy at Nyx Hydra, if they have sleepy eyes, they're a thought. That's how it works. That's their meta. But yeah, and also, if this game does get too spooky, because there was a lot of warnings before we started on it, when I booted it up the first time, I will just switch to a different anime boy game. So, we'll see what happens. Either way, it's gonna be Anime Men tonight. Yes, oh, you're right, he's got his man titties out. Yeah, I can't refute that. Yeah, well, we know which one you look like. Windowin is the one on the bottom left. I don't know what personality he is, but I'm very ready to call you out. Okay, time to boot it up. Here we go. Where's my Steam library? Library. His man areas. Yeah! His chesticles. Let's see. Where is it? My library is too long. Such a long library. I'll just search it. This was very loud when I opened it the first time, so you all will have to tell me if you can actually hear me or not when this comes up. It was very intrusive. Here we go. Hopefully this works. It's very spooky music. Where is it? Yeah, church, do. Okay, so here we go. Can you guys see this? And can you hear me? Is it not too loud? Because it's very spooky, big church bell music. and spooky, screamy lady song. I should know, nice in library, I know. You see and hear? You see and hear! Happy days! Alright, new game. Here we go. Alonzi. Demo product. This is a demo of the TouchStarved prologue and not the finished product. Thank you. By Red Spring Studio. Content warning. TouchStarved is intended for an older audience. It contains mature content that includes, but is not limited to, horror, graphic violence, strong language, alcohol, drug references, injury, and dismemberment. Player discretion is advised. So a regular old horror game. Oh god, I need to get less tongue twisted. This is literally going to be a visual novel. I need to learn how to speak. If you accept the content warning, please click to proceed. Tutorial. In TouchStarved, your choices matter. The decisions you make may result in unique dialogue, interactions, or even choices in red text which contain exclusive content. Try playing through the demo more than once and choosing different options. You might even uncover a secret ending. And remember, there are no wrong choices, only interesting ones. Choose wisely and save often. Oh, one last thing. The very first run of this demo, guys, do you think I'm going to die? Or am I going to survive to the end? Because I want to see what you got. That was the other question I was going to ask. Who do you think is going to kill me? Because another thing I know with the guys who make these games, they love protagonists that they love interests in their games that just straight up kill the MC. Like, just from my experience from their past games. So, if you have any predictions, please speak them now. I'm gonna have some tea. I have a lovely green matcha tea with me. Kira says any death will be sexy and worth it. 100%. Gotta get that rigor mortis. Am I right? Okay, content one. Oh, yeah, tutorial. Yep. All red text. Yep. Save often. Yep. The controls. Left click. Progress text and dialogue. Mouse wheel up. Rewind text and dialogue. Mouse wheel down. Progress text and dialogue. Spacebar, hide UI. I'll learn it as I go. Oh, name time. Okay. Can't use my real name this time because should we go LadyNightLight? We can go LadyNightLight. Yeah, we'll make them all sound like they're beat. Oh, I pressed back by mistake again. Nature's are not Jesus as well. We'll make it sound like they're all being polite and lovely. LadyNightLight. There we go. LadyNightLight. Oh, you get to choose your pronouns. That's nice. She, her, please. This world begins to unravel long before you were born. It began with fogfall. Spectral mist bled from the seams where reality wore so thin and split. And from the fog emerged monsters, inhuman beings with unnatural powers. Some possessed language and intellect. Others were mindless beasts driven by little more than a desire to slaughter. As cities fell and unrest spread, humans united in their fear while monsters thrived in the chaos. And then there's you. You're not even sure if you're human. You were born cursed, with hands that alter the minds of anyone you touch. Choose your backstory. Oh, we're getting into a little bit of Dragon Age BioWare-esque stuff. Here we go. Let's see. Select your origin. We can choose the unnamed, the fallen oracle. You were raised as an oracle in a remote temple. The priest claimed that your touch bestowed enlightenment. The visiting mage revealed your curse for what it is. Following the mage's word, you fled in search of the cenobium. You regularly experience unnatural premonitions that rattle your body and soul. An innate sixth sense gives you a heightened awareness of hidden supernatural presence around you. Okay, the unnamed is the Holy Spider-Man. Got it. The Hound. Well, I'm a furry, I gotta choose that one. Okay, the Hound, a forsaken thief. You were raised by society's outcasts, criminals who accepted you when nobody else would. Your partner in crime, a friend since childhood, helped you steal enough money for a cure, then betrayed you. They left you with only enough coin to travel to the cenobium, your last hope. You have sharply honed social intuition. You can survive and even thrive in the violent underbelly of any city, using your experience with the underworld to get ahead. Okay, the Hound is the underdog story, the typical underdog story. Makes sense. Okay, the Alchemist, an abandoned mage. I do love magic users. An exiled cenobium mage took you in as a child, raising you as her apprentice. She seemed to take pity on your curse, but you discovered that she was cultivating you as a test subject. You fled to the cenobium, seeking a cure. You're an experienced spellcaster with encyclopedic knowledge of alchemy, spellcraft, and history. With a little observation, you can identify the subtle effects of magic. Well, I was going to go with Hound, but I am a sucker for anything to do with alchemy, spellcraft, and I do love a bit of history, so I think we're gonna go with the alchemist. Oh, thank you! Thanks, Dawn! That's so nice of you to say. Your name is LadyNightLight. You selected she, her pronouns. Your backstory is the alchemist. Is this correct? Yes. The wasteland stretches as far as the eye can see. There's nothing out here but death, the ever-present stench of decay, and countless sun-bleached bones cast like seeds across the barren land. I could say death doesn't scare me, but to tell the truth, I'm desperate. It's been 2 weeks since I joined a caravan bound across the wastes. Finding a group that would accept me was a trial in itself. As rations grew sparse and my canteen ran dry, I began to despair, but then I saw it. Iridia, the city of knowledge, one of the last bastions of humanity left in the world and home to the famous academy called the Cenobium. All the world's knowledge gathered in one place. If there's anywhere I'll find a cure for my curse, it's there. All the world's knowledge... all that stands between me and a cure is the final stretch of salt-soaked wastes. Or so I think until I see the first tendrils of fog snaking beneath the wagon. Is this fogfall? My stomach sinks at the very whisper of it. A silent storm more devastating than fire, dangerous in cities, but a death sentence beyond them. I have to say, right off the bat, I'm really enjoying this art style. It's really stylized in quite a beautiful way. I love the pops of colors, the way you have the accent color as the sun is setting beneath the stars. It's a really gorgeous atmosphere so far. A thick blanket of fog engulfs us, smothering out the lantern's light. The wagon lurches to a stop. An eerie silence, heavy as the mist falls over us. The only warning we get is a strangled scream. Stay back! No! The cry dissolves into wet gurgling. Then the wagon violently pitches to the side. I hit the ground hard, the air punched from my lungs. When I opened my eyes, adrenaline lends sudden, awful clarity to the carnage around me. A trader I once shared bread with lies face down in the mud, their back reduced to long strings of torn muscle, gleaming gristle, and exposed bone. Bodies litter the wasteland. I try to rise, but my ankle explodes with pain so blinding, white plumes across my vision. Only when my eyes adjust do I see the dark shape in front of me. A soulless stoops over the twisted form of a caravaner. I freeze, but it swivels its head. A dozen bulging eyes twist in my direction and blink at once. It's making you hungry? Dawn, I didn't know your favorite meal would just be a bunch of eyeballs and tentacles. I do really love this character's design though. Whenever something is covered in eyes, someone just at Blanky Lunatic right now. This seems like his vibe, his jam. Yes, it's very pretty. I knew that. Wolfie, you get it. All the monster fuckers just rise up now, please. Is this a romanceable NPC? Can we go after them? Isn't it beautiful? I also love the color play as well. Like the yellow and orange of the eyes pop so well against the purple and the blues because yeah, yellow is a complementary color to purple. So yeah, I am really enjoying this color play and the shadows, you know, the dynamic shading on his back. It's really pretty. Oh, don't tempt me, Kara 3D. There we go. The soulless lets out an ear-splitting shriek and runs at me. But right before it reaches me, the beast barrels past, vanishing into the mist. Distantly, a horse screams in the dark. I need to move now. Run for the city. Head towards the wagon. The wagon's already lost, you know. I'm gonna look for civilization. I take off, running deeper into the haze. The fog is so thick that I fear I'm headed in the wrong direction until I see a dim pinprick of light emanating from the shadow of the spire. It's faint, but it's enough. I came too far to die here. Rapid footsteps echo all around me. I turn in circles, frantically searching the opaque mist for the source, but the fog pole twists and stretches the sound. Suddenly, the caravan's driver burst forth from the fog. Our eyes meet too late. Am I about to die? Did I make one decision and already die? He slams into me, knocking me to the ground, and slips in a patch of mud. The soulless falls on him as soon as he slows. It catches the driver by his throat and grates his stomach with razor-sharp claws. He comes apart like wet paper, spilling intestines and viscera in a steaming tide. I have to say, I'm really enjoying these descriptions. I am a bit of a fan of gore. I love it when our DMs, like, I play D&D quite often with my friends, so whenever they describe stuff like this, it just, it makes the brain go burr. I love it so much. Yeah, you get it, Wolfie. Fighting the urge to heave, I claw frantically through the slippery muck for a handhold. Shit. My hand catches on the dragged edge of a rib jutting up from the water. Bandages unfurl around the gouge, torn deep into my palm. The pain's quickly forgotten when a hand closes around my wrist. Can you stand? One of the travelers from the caravan leans over me. We need to run! They reach for my hand and I realize too late that my bandages have come undone. No, don't touch me! The sensation as their thumb brushes the back of my hand sends a shiver down my spine. All it takes is one touch, and in the space of a breath, my curse takes hold. Their lips peel back into a deranged grin. Ha 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 ha. No, I've seen this face countless times before. This is my curse, madness of my own making. Their grip on my hand tightens until pain radiates from my knuckles. Let me go! Suddenly, clammy hands crush my throat, choking off my breath. Die! Spit bubbles at the corners of their mouth and flecks my face. The edges of my vision darken as my lungs scream for air. Fight. If you can't even get air into your lungs, you're not going to be able to scream. Just gouge their eyes. Do anything you have to. My nails... My nails gouge deep into the traveler's wrist, but no matter how much blood I draw, they don't flinch. The more I struggle, the tighter their grip grows. My pulse hammers in my ears, slowing with each thudding beat. This can't be happening. I'm going to die. And not because of the fog wall or soulless, but because of my own curse. Kira! Oh my god! Anything's okay. You know, nothing can hurt you if you fetishize it. That's the way to deal with this type of situation. Just moan, and that'll get him off you right away. Tears sting my eyes. No, no, no. Not here. Not like this. The hands drop from my neck, leaving me wheezing for air. My lungs burn with each ragged cough. My vision clears and the traveler's face takes shape, hovering inches from mine, lips still split in that macabre smile. even as blood seeps between their teeth. They give one last shuddering breath and slump over the claws hooked through their stomachs. I see, he is a romance officer. He saved us. The soulless shoves the body aside, and the glowing eyes stuttering its leathery skin, as though grinning. There's a flash of claws. Red spills across my vision. I doubt there'd be pain, but as I sink into the murky water, all I feel is the grit of silt filling my mouth and the icy embrace of the shallow water. Distantly, I notice an arm resting among an outcrop of reeds, mine neatly severed at the elbow. I should have taken both arms. Without them, maybe I could have survived. Maybe I could have had a home. Instead, I'll die cold, alone, and face down in a desolate wasteland. A fitting end for a monstrosity like me. Did I really die on my first attempt? Is this really how it goes? The stream ends? Sorry, guys. The waiting room with the music was longer than the actual gameplay. Yeah, death percent world record. We did it, guys. Woo!